Hello, my name is Joshua Cranton, and in my first video, I told you about laws. I told you about a certain noble woman who was well known in her community, but because of loss, that is, the death of her only child, she lost her balance and could not regain it. She was not enjoying the comfortable balance of her mentality. And because of that, she wasn't able to produce anything tangible as a human being until death came calling. I was a very young man then, and that galvanized me that in the future I'll talk about loss. So many people are suffering from this type of loss, and because they don't know how to manage it, they become useless in the society, and people discard them. But if they have people to educate them how to manage loss, they will regain their former status and become intellectual, mental, and physical fit again into the community. Now, another loss I witnessed was during Hope 93, when the chief, Mr. M.K.O Abiola, wanted to be the president of Nigeria. I was the manager in the campaign office, and Professor Zungina, then a lecturer at Ahmadu Bello University, Dr. Rodin, Mr. Cole, and Mr. Shueto were working so assiduously to see that the chief will become president. At times, myself and Professor Zungina will sleep in the office. We sweated, we suffered, we labored. But what happened? At long last, when we thought everything was now good for us to go, the election was annulled. The chief was arrested and imprisoned, and he never came out alive. It was a massive loss to the family. If I may be right, Professor Humphrey Nwosu was the INEC chairman. All our efforts went down the drain. So many people have experienced loss or losses. And in the family of the chief, it wasn't only the chief, but also her wife Kudirat. She was shot at a point-blank range, and she also lost her life. This is the irony of human existence. And when such terrible losses happen, we have to be very careful, or we will lose our human nature. Not long ago, the general will respect so much, General Babangida wrote a book. And I was expecting him to simply say, I am very sorry for what happened. He should say this to Nigerians. And even though they would still not accept what happened because the man won the election, it will calm their hearts. But he started apportioning blames here and there. It is this man, it was that man, it was this man, it was that man. I myself, I became annoyed. Yes, because I almost died during that campaign. If I should tell you, one Sunday I was ready going to church, and Mr. M.K.O called me that I should go to the office to pick something because it demanded an urgency. The driver, Soji Adedeji, a young graduate, was behind the wheels. And when we were almost there, we saw tires burning because the office was at 6 Allen. And these people approached us. Tires were being burnt everywhere, and we didn't know what to do. So when our vehicle stopped, they came and demanded for money. We told them we were not having money. But that wasn't convincing enough for them to leave us. They thought the vehicle, as long as it is Hope 93, it was filled with money. So one of them grabbed my tie and started pulling me down. He was strangulating me. I could hardly breathe. I was suffering. But there was nothing I could do. So Adedeji picked a certain metal in the vehicle and he wanted to strike one of them. I told him that, look, even in that terrible state, I asked him not to do it because that one would hasten our death. We would have annoyed them. I didn't know where Soji was again until the security people at the Shopee came to my aid. They were able to save me from the grip of that guy who was bent on killing me. And they held me over their gate into their own area where I was safe. So you see, I myself, I was almost killed. And not only that one, several others that I wouldn't be able to talk about here. And all of a sudden, when we thought everything was okay, then the election was annulled. All our efforts went down the drain. It was a very terrible loss. Yes, I am saying it because I was part of it. Now, this is why I am saying that loss is a very terrible phenomenon, and if not properly managed, it will cause a catastrophic situation. Imagine the enterprises of the chief, all his businesses, everything was affected. The children were affected. And a very prominent journalist I know, Mr. Alhaji Bashir, chose to be on self-exile. Is that the right thing? So I was expecting the chief, in all humility, to say, Nigerians, I'm sorry. But he didn't go that way. Rather, he annoyed Nigerians by saying he wasn't the one, but this or that. This is the nature of man. When man causes another man's downfall, he excuses himself from it and gives the blame to others. So I told you that we are going to atomize some losses, and we will discuss how they will be managed. And this is going to be in my next video. Losses come as a result of death, accident, when you have invested so much in your business and that dream could no longer be attained, your children become addicted, people stop whatever you have planned to do because they invaded or illegally invaded your home, shot you, and took whatever you had. That is armed robbers. Or even kidnappers kidnapping you and asking for a very monumental ransom, money that you have kept for your dream. When it is taken away, you see that you don't have anything to rely on, and it is a terrible loss. This is all what I have in mind, so that I am asking you to be with me on this channel, so that we will move together and see that when loss comes, there is a way out. God is the beginning and the end of everything. So whenever there is a loss, what you have to do is first be on your knees to thank God that you are alive in whichever situation. Then you ask God to show you the next line of action. Thank you, and may God bless us as we continue to do His will. Bye until the other video comes out.